Kemper Profiler Tones and Talks, that tone show number 16. I'm here again with Mr. Thomas Dill,
Hello.
looking into the details of that tone show, Tones. And here's the video. Yeah, what can we say? Fuzz, wall of sound, wall of nasty sound. It's not nice and beautiful like ABBA. It's more like grunge and electronic music. Pretty impressive. What did you put together to get this sound, and why?
That's what I always ask to myself. Why do I do that? Yeah, the intention is something like having a question and answer thing with myself, playing and some effects, doing something weird. And I came up with the tremolo. So this is the basic sound. You heard it already. It's kind of like that. The ducking parameter is very important for that. And because when I'm playing, you won't hear this tremolo or delay effect. And when I don't play, it starts. So this is created by ducking. I will come to that later. And yeah, I'm using a little bit of morphing for the second part. But so let's break it down. I show you the rig manager. And here we are with the signal chain. You see, Kemper Fuzz, phaser one way is just for the second part, studio EQ, serial two-tap delay, tremolo, and tremolo behind the delay, and a spring reverb. So the basic sound, I turn everything off except for the amp.
Let me guess.
It's a quite mid-gain high watt amp. It's from
something different this time.
Something different. No Tweet Deluxe, no clean sound. It's going a little bit
and no film projector.
No film projector. It's a normal high watt, and really I like these amps totally. And this is from Bert Merlendake's rig pack. You see it here. It is high watt DR504 custom 50. And it has already, you heard it, a lot of overdrive with a Les Paul, but it's very dynamic. When you pick the strings soft, you have this sound. You hit it hard. And especially when you I need to show it that way. This is for me the quality test of a good profile, especially for mid-gain sounds. When you hit the strings hard, it should overdrive. When you hit them soft, it should clean up very nice. So that's already, you heard it already. But when you switch between heavy picking and soft picking, it shouldn't sound muddy, and the heavy picked notes should sound distorted, and after that the soft picked notes should sound clean, so like that. So this is for me the quality test of a really good profile. And yeah, Bert, great job on that one. And another thing to mention is in the rig manager, here we are.
I'm just wondering, just a moment, do you know the American band, the Brandos?
No, yeah.
Oops.
I've heard.
Sorry, that was the phone.
Something, but it's just far away somewhere.
The Brandos. It's a guitar band from I think they're from the New York area, and they are around for a while. And they had this 2-guitar, basically singer-songwriter sound, but they were playing high watts and always like some broken chords and stuff like that, and always close at breakup tone-wise. And as you were playing this sound, it reminded me so of the Brandos, what they are doing. So that's a great tone, and I need to find their music, and I need to find that profile and try this out, because I was a great fan. They had great songs, and they were always amazing live. So Bert Molendyk. And by the way, at this point, all the Tone Show rig packs are now available also in Rig Manager and as a download from the Kemper website. So that I just had to say of this Highwood tone. This is amazing.
For me, Highwood is Pete Townsend. So this stuff and that stuff, and you can hit the strings hard. You get something for your work on the strings, and it reacts really great. So, but there's something to mention. What I want to say is one parameter in the amp menu, and this is the parameter clarity. So if you have, or if you want to play chords even at a higher gain level, and the chords don't come out really great, and each string doesn't sound the same, or you hear the strings not really good, you should turn up the clarity parameter. So Bert did that already. Turn it up on 4. If you have it on 0, it's okay. You hear the lower notes, but when I turn it all the way up, so now you hear it better. So this is something, even with high gain sounds, it's a good parameter to get more clarity in your playing, in your sounds, if you play something different than power chords. Okay, moving on. Another thing is, the next thing in line is the studio EQ. And there's, I've just checked that right before, there's a weird setting here. Low frequency is set to 345, mid 1 is 118, and mid 2 is 105. So something, I don't know what I did there. I think it was just fast editing and sweeping out some frequencies that gave me a better sound in the lower frequency range, because I've cut down the mids, mid 2 at 1.3 minus 1.3, mid 1 at minus 3.2, and the low at minus 1.5, just to get more clearness in the lower frequency range. So check it out with the EQ, without the EQ. It sounds a bit more muddy.
That's
Now,
true.
with EQ. And that's really important for this sound, because now I'm adding some special stuff to this sound. So the basic, the platform for this sound should be really clear and not muddy in the low end. So this is a really tight low end. You can also work with the in the amp menu. What is the definition parameter? But in that case, I'm using the EQ with these specific frequencies and with a high Q value to cut out these lower frequencies. Okay, next moving on to the rig manager again. And here we go. Dirtiness number 2, the Kemper fuzz. So this is, yeah.
That's adding nastiness, yes.
Nastiness, the nastiness. And yeah, drive is at 4, volume 0, nothing fancy, definition a little bit turned down to get a more warmer fuzz tone. And you see, I'm using the mix parameter with morphing. And when I morph to the next sound, to the next setting, the mix parameter is at 2, so it's nearly turned off, the Kemper fuzz. This is a way to turn some modules off when you want to do that with one foot switch via morphing. Okay, so then spring reverb.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's also nasty. That's really
Nasty.
pushing the springs.
Yeah. The decay time is a little bit higher than the usual spring reverbs. And I don't have any high cut in there because I really want to have a high frequency reverb on that, just to have the opposite on my playing. I'm playing lower note, and I want this crispier tone in the reverb. So that's it with the reverb. Now the special effects. The first one is a serial 2-tap delay.
I have no idea, to be honest.
I
about it.
I also needed to watch into the manual. The serial 2-tap delay is a normal 2-tap delay. And so normal 2-tap delay means you have 2 tanks of delay with note value 1, note value 2. And this delay is added on the one is on the left and second is on the right side. So without the serial delay, it would sound like that. I will turn off the reverb so that you can hear the delay solo. And a dotted quarter note on the right side, a half note on the left side. So that makes it this dung, 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 dung. And the serial or the third delay is positioned before those two. So it's kind of like having a single delay in front of the two-tap delay. Just everything in one. And when I turn on the serial mix at 100%, the serial delay is set to 1/16th note. And feedback, here we have feedback serial, is at 0%. So that means it's just one echo repeat. And now it sounds like this. And when I hit the chord, it sounds like that. Nasty and muddy, I would say. And the second effect now added is the tremolo. And that cuts the delay because the tremolo is placed behind the delay. Now it cuts the delay repeats into, slices. Okay, tremolo rate is 16th notes, depth 10, so all the way up. And the ducking parameter, that's what I mentioned before, is set to 2.1 at the tremolo, and at the two-tap delay set to 2.3. So that means when I'm playing, delay and tremolo are quiet. You recognize it when you play a chord with the sustained notes. You get a crossfade of this this effect. So I do it again. Play with my power chord. Also, when I turn down the volume on the guitar. The effect gets more prominent if you play with softer attack or with less volume on the guitar. And this is the reason why it doesn't sound muddy. And because if I would do that and turn the ducking parameter off, so to 0, would sound totally bad.
That's a mess. Absolutely.
Yeah. Total mess.
The other version is like, well, I would say the edge material. He might be someone to have some creative use for it, for sure, as well.
Of course.
After you.
Yeah, he is quite more experienced than me. But experience, you need to arrange your guitar part with that effect. So this is a sound effect that need to be played. It's not somewhere in the background and you can do something. You need to play with that. So that means short notes to have this question and answer thing. To sound. and to give you these really huge, big tone and different tone.
This triggers a little bit of Tony Iommi and the inner Aussie.
Your inner Aussie.
With that rig, that you hear suddenly some voice, some vocals on top of that. That would be really cool for some, a trio, stoner 70s rock thing with an edge, with an attitude, with something, with a modern twist.
Playing Black Sabbath. Some kind of intro, some different. The old school Black Sabbath fans would throw some beer to us, but okay.
Yeah, definitely. But cool, pretty cool.
Another thing, so the B section of this video gets some quieter tone, because here I put press the switch, the morph switch. I do it without the expression pedal. I do it with the switch to get a fast morphing sound. Mm-hmm. And you see it here, the morphing dots in the effect modules, blue and red. Mm-hmm. Kemper fuzz, I already said that. Mm-hmm. Mix is turned down, so that means you have a cleaner tone. The ducking parameter for the delay and the tremolo is a little bit lowered. So that means when I'm playing, you hear a little bit more of the effect also that while playing. And that's what I wanted to have this opposite sound, this more softer sound, more pat style sound for this little melody. Mm-hmm. And it's nice to have these delays because you play a melody, and with the delay and everything in the backing, it's creating some kind of chord or some kind of wall of sound, of tones in the background. You definitely need to play in the right tonality, not some weird tones, some blue notes or something like that. But when you play diatonic stuff or something, it works really great with those delay or sounds in the background. So I think that's all with this rig. Yeah, just need to have a look.
This is definitely. I need to try and play around with this, because with some twists, I think everybody could find some very hearty, big scenario where this could be useful for a smaller band, smaller in terms of not so many other instruments, where you really have the space to fill a lot of space, occupy a lot of space with your guitar and make a statement. Pretty impressive.
Be inspired, everybody. Take it
and tweak the knobs.
Great stuff.
And tweak the knobs. Don't take the profiles and the rigs for granted. Go beyond the original. That's what we can say today, because we heard that nurturing the original things as they're supposed to be, the way they were made originally, need to be respected. Yes, but where is you in that scenario? You need to tweak the stuff to find you in there and make something unique that is standing out and making something that's needed in this world, because so many other stuff that has been there and is just copied doesn't make a difference. The individuality, that special thing, makes it different. And stopping bragging about this. Thanks.
I have just
again.
one thing that I forgot.
Oh, okay.
I wanted to show you the difference between placing the tremolo behind the delay or before the delay.
Oh, yeah.
That's something you should hear. Different. The other way around. And this is, something, again, it's not the normal way. It's a different way. And that's what I want to say. The most, or some of the most interesting sounds were made by accident. Or when somebody did something where he didn't think about or didn't follow the rules. So, yeah, that's something everybody needs to do.
Yes, and with it moving the order around, you created a different kind of extreme chaos.
Yeah,
but also controlled chaos. That's
it's controlled. Yeah,
and as you were saying, the most unique and outstanding sounds were created just by coincidence. There's also, I saw at a friend's place, the Oblique Strategies. It's a card deck. Have you heard about this?
No.
They're called Oblique Strategies, and it's a deck of cards. And it was created by Brian Eno and a gentleman whose name I forgot, I must admit. And you could buy these, and the cards were like, it's a little bit in this Rick Rubin area of thinking. Like today, we're only using the red devices in the studio.
Okay.
Or another thing was today we're only using the things on the left side, where they wanted to force themselves to get out of the usual comfort zone, doing the things always the same with the same gear in the same way all the time. So what you are doing here is a good example for what could come out of this if you look at things in a different way. Yeah, okay. So thank you very much again. And people, try these sounds at home, tweak them, make them your own, and express yourself.
Have fun. Bye.
Bye.